Hello, how are you doing? Thanks for joining me again. I am in Ashton, and this is not the usual video. There's not going to be a lot of photography in it because this is just a brief catch-up on the pork pie project. I've managed to get this probably last sunny day to head off to get B, Bradley's Pies. So let's get inside there and hopefully they will have a nice pork pie for me to try. So yeah, first of all I took a picture of the front of the pie shop. Couldn't get one across the street this time because there were too many cars parked up, so I took a portrait orientation one, which I think actually worked quite well. Then I went into the shop and they did have plenty of pies there, even though it was nearly closing on a Saturday, and headed off to find a nice spot to sample the goodies that I had purchased. So I've wandered down from Bradley's Bakery where I bought my pork pie for £1, and I'm at Stamford Park. It's about, about 10-minute walk away, and found a nice bench, some rather noisy geese. But to business. I've got my kit with me today, my fork and my HP sauce, so that should help. I've also got a little coat because it's not really cup of tea weather. And here, the important bit, my pie. So as I say, £1 for a dinky pork. So that's good value, I think. Pop that there. And also, they do all sorts of pies there. Black pudding pies, chilli pies, and they offered me a little free taster of a black pudding pie, which I will try, but this is, I want to compare like with like, so I've gone for the dinky pork because that's the closest to a standard pork pie. So right, let's get ready, get out to it, and have a little tuck in. It's the first pie I've had that's actually come in a tin foil wrapper. They're usually just on their own. There's a little bit of extra pastry there, which I'll just break off. So yeah, it's a good pastry. It's a little less golden than some of the others, and maybe that's because it's been baked in the tin foil. I will break it apart with the knife, with the fork rather. Oh, we mustn't litter. And let's see what the filling's like. Yeah, it's looking good. A good pink, luscious meat. There's a little bit of jelly showing through the top. I can't see as much jelly as in the other ones. Right. So first we must photograph the pie for posterity, as we know. Go for our minimum focusing distance. This is a photography after all. There we go. Right. So we'll taste it without HP first. Now, I can't see very much jelly in this, hardly any at all. It's a much more deeply filled pork. That is better than I was expecting. I was a bit concerned with the lack of jelly and the fact that it's slightly pale around the edges, that it wouldn't be as good as some of the other ones I've tried, but actually, that's right up there with the best. Their web address is best pork pie, so it did have a lot to live up to. Yeah, it's really good flavouring. There is a little bit of jelly, not as much as some of this, but it's there. The top is really crunchy, so you get that really nice crisp crunch, but then you get the softness and lusciousness of the pastry around the outside, so that is actually a really nice kind of contrast. I think this is a 9 out of 10 pie. 9 out of 10 pie. Very good. I would have one of these again. And I'd be interested in trying the black pudding one as well, see what that's like. And they do a chilli, as I say, a Stilton one. Really interesting. But yeah, the basic dinky pork, which is my baseline, 9 out of 10. Very good. Right, that's it for this week. I will leave you with just some photos that I've taken over the week because, as I say, this is a photo show. So yes, here are some photos that I've shot, and I'm trying to show a theme here. I've been doing a lot of car boot sale photographs. I'm trying to work on a project looking at car boot sales all across the country. It's a long-term project. I don't think I'm going to get finished anytime soon, but there were a couple of car boots recently because it's the season starts in May, with the weather obviously getting nice. So I managed to get these shots, and I hope you think that they are quite interesting. I shot them all on film, a bit of a mixture of Harman Phoenix and Kodak Color Plus, and I'm going to continue to try and work with film because I think it's a nice organic thing to do for a nice kind of traditional pastime. But there you go, that's it for this time. Thanks for bearing with me. I'll be back probably with Lucy to do a nice trip away and some fun photos very, very soon. Until we meet again, take care of yourselves, enjoy your shooting. Bye for now.